Greetings YouTube, LMS Tactical. I'm out here on the deck. I made it up here, made it up the stairs. It's my first time out of that basement since the surgery. Doing pretty good. This is my leg here. A little bit of blood that leaked out, you know, after the surgery, but you can see how beautiful the day is. And I wanted to, man, it's nice out here. But hopefully I'll be, let's see, I have a doctor appointment Wednesday and it's Sunday now, and I think I'm hoping that I get this thing unwrapped and I'm able to put some weight on the leg, and then maybe I can walk, you know, at least with a cane. These crutches are tearing me apart. But I wanted to follow up on that that little rap video I posted, and I want to thank everybody for your nice comments. And there's a story behind that part of me that you might be interested in. So I had mentioned in the comments on that one, the description, that I had no idea that I was going to be freestyling, which is true. I found this app called Smule Sing, S-M-U-L-E Sing, and it's like a karaoke thing. And all the songs have the words scrolling by so that you can sing along. You know, you just put in search for a song, you find it, you sing. You can sing with other people or whatever. So I thought I'd sing this song, and right as it starts, it says no lyrics, so you have to know the song, and that's why I ended up on the spot making that up. Now, years ago, I alluded to the fact that I used to be pretty good. That is absolutely no, I don't brag about many things. I hate people that brag about shit, but this is just reality. It's another cop story. You either be interested or not, but here we go. So I worked in the projects in South Central LA, Southeast Division, Southeast Projects in Watts is the name of the place. And they've got like 3 projects out there, Jordan Downs, Nickerson Gardens, Imperial Courts. And, you know, in the 80s, the gang wars were just full-blown, you know, full-on. I mean, we were literally stepping over bodies just about every night. I mean, battlefield wounds, you know, guys with their legs shot right off. I've seen it with my own eyes, seen it happen. Legs flying off. Everybody was shooting AKs, Tech 9s. Big caliber weapons, high-powered rifles, and it was a bloodbath. I mean, everybody was feuding and fighting, and you know, they were competing for territory and blah blah blah. You know, the old thing: you wear the wrong color, you die. I mean, I always joked around that because my hair used to be bright red, that I was the only guy on earth that could wear red in Jordan Downs, which was Crips. You know, and they were Grape Street Crips, so they wore purple brags and shit. But anyways, me being me and my partner. You know, we turned a job that we took very serious, but we also had a lot of fun. And these are things that you could never do today. I mean, you'd end up on the news and videotaped, and, you know, they'd fire you or put you in jail or who knows what they would do. But one of the things I would do is I would call a truce every now and again. And, you know, the people in the projects knew who I was very well. There were only 2 cops going through there on a regular basis, and that was my partner and I. That we were assigned to the projects. I was working South Bureau Crash, which was the gang unit. And every now and again, I'd come eastbound on 99th Place, and I'd have you know, you'd see in a hot summer day, there'd be literally hundreds of people out there. Gangbangers, families, you name it, barbecuing, playing dominoes. You know, it's just too hot to be inside those apartments. I'm gonna put a round through your head, dog. So, I wouldn't do that. But, so normally when you come up the street, and if you're in a black and white, everybody starts to run because they're all packing guns, and, you know, they're wanted on, you know, various warrants. We know who they are. They knew who we were. But every now and again, I'd come around that corner, you know, maybe once a week, and I'd hit the PA, and I would call, you know, this is a truce, nobody run. I'm not going to search anybody. And they knew the rules once I laid it out for them. When the truce was, and I know this sounds crazy, but this is just how we operated back then. Nobody would get searched. I didn't care if you were wanted. I didn't care if you had dope. I didn't care if you had a gun. It would be, don't shoot us. We're not going to search you. Don't run from us. Nobody's going to get arrested. We got a, you know, half-hour truce. And guys would start to run at first, and they'd be like, are you sure? You know, and then after a while, they knew the routine. And we would roll in there with, you know, boxes of chicken wings from this kick-ass place that was down in the South End, and lay them out on the hood of the car. And I mean, man, I wish we had cell phones back then so I could have taken some pictures. I mean, we had, if you can just imagine these two white cops standing there, like 2 pieces of salt and a pepper shaker. Back then it was all black in the projects. I understand it's all, I think it's Hispanic now. I've been there in a while. But you would have literally, you know, over 100 people just mobbed around the black and white. Wanted gangbangers, little kids, people that weren't wanted, mothers, daughters, sisters, you name it. And we'd be handing out wings, and they'd be eating with us, and we couldn't feed everybody, so oftentimes it'd just be a few of them. We'd be eating, they'd bring their food over. I mean, they're drinking their 40-ounce beers and shit. And then came the you know, the highlight of the truce, which was me, because I was known for having a really fast brain and I could rap. I mean, I was, you know, come on, I was living in Inglewood and Hawthorne when rap first came out, you know, back with the Sugar Hill Gang. And, you know, when I was young, man, I mean, I was never really fully into it. I've always appreciated all music, but I could just, I have a poetic mind, and you know, I know that poetry is not always about rhyming one word with the other. I digress. So we would turn on the overheads. We didn't have the LEDs, so you have these red and blue lights spinning around, and it's dark out now, you know, because I worked at night, and you got all this weird, you know, it was very surreal, and all these gangsters in their starched khakis and their pure white t-shirts and their, you know, pressed bandanas and shit hanging out of their pockets. And somebody would challenge me, and they'd get their best guys to come over there, and the rules were that they could pick any subject. I would always go second. They would start it, and then they'd go into a thing, you know, about the fucking police, you know. I can't, you know, my brain, I'm on pain meds, and I'm old, and, you know, this is my 33rd surgery, so I don't have the speed I used to have. But the shit that came out would have been epic had it ever been recorded. I mean, you just cannot believe the amount. I mean, you'd have people on the ground, man, like, oh my God, I can't believe, damn, I can't believe this motherfucker. Because somebody'd be like, you know, we was throwing bones, and look up the street, and here comes Big Red. It's time to get beat, you know. Motherfucker out here rolling a deuce, but we ain't gonna run because homie called it a truce, you know, and they just go into it and into it. And then we're talking about on the PA, you know, he'd be holding our police PA, so it's blaring out over the loudspeakers, so you can hear this for blocks. Then everybody's, you know, digging the whole thing, and then whoever I'm battling hands me the freaking mic, and then I'd have to come to him, man, and come back and stay in on topic, yeah, you know, and I'd be like, you motherfuckers know me, my name is Big Red, and if you fuck with me hard, you know you'll wake up dead. I don't give a fuck. A lot of people wanna see a motherfucker big cop dead like me, but I don't give a shit, motherfucker. I'm alright because I'm cruising through the hood in my black and white, you know, and I would go on and on and on. And it was like a freaking, it was like something out of a movie. I mean, we would do this like regularly. I mean, we could have been assassinated. I mean, think about it. I know it's tactically, there's got to be cops that'll watch this video someday and think we were just nuts. And we were. You know, we operated that way because we ended up with the highest, and I hope my partner's watching this. I mean, I know he pops on here from time to time. We had the highest felony recap in the history of cops working the projects, and that's all recorded. We're not talking bullshit arrest for a guy with 1 rock of cocaine. We were taking down elephants, man. I always said I was an elephant hunter, not a mouse hunter. We were taking down fucking, you know, guys that had offed people, murder suspects, big-time dealers, you name it. People that needed to go to jail, and they knew it, you know. I mean, that's just the way it rolled. But during those truces, it was like just this surreal family. I mean, there was no love between us, but there was an element of respect, you know. I never hated gangbangers because they were gangbangers. I mean, I used to say I did. You know, I used to think, man, I hate these fucking gangbangers. But you know what, man? Some will disagree, but when if you're born and raised in South Central LA in the 80s and you're not a gangbanger, you got a rough life, because how do you leave your house, you know? I mean, I always looked at them as being more sad than anything else. And I'm not talking about the real evil ones. There were some real bad hombres out there, and I mean some just dark souls. But 99% of these guys, you know, I used to freak them out. I'd just look at the toughest guy. Man, I'm gonna fuck you up if I was, I swear to God, I catch you out that badge, motherfucker. And I used to just reach over and hug him. Come here, and I'd pat him on the back. You just need a hug. And it would, you know, fucking, there'd be a dead silence. The crowd would be like, and I've had guys break down and cry. I mean, if that isn't sad, I don't know what the fuck is. You know, I didn't grow up on no fucking picnic either, you know. You try being white on 104th Street between Doty and Crenshaw. I can still tell you my address. You can Google it. It was 3726 West 104th Street. It was a duplex. You go down there now, and I don't know what it's like now, but check it out. People know about the wood, Inglewood. But yeah. So that's the rap story, and that's why it was so bizarre for me to suddenly find myself freestyling again when I had no idea that that's what was going to happen. Anyways, I thought that you guys would dig that little story. And yeah, I'm having flashbacks, and I'm also having a hankering for chicken wings on the hood of a car. Just like Spam always tastes good when you're camping, but it's not so good in the house. For some reason, food on the hood of a police car is just gourmet. Anyways, that's it. Hope you guys are doing good. Wishing you all a good, safe week next week. LMS Tactical. I'm out.